Hi, peeps. I'm Auriel Grace, and tonight we're talking crystals, gems, and minerals, and a little bit of ancient history and all that kind of fun stuff. But before we start, I have to remember this first. I haven't got them yet, but you're going to see them. Kendra has a new deck of gemstone cards. And so I think next week when I go live, I'll be able to show them to you, which is totally, totally awesome. And um, and so I can't wait to show them to you. Hey Rebecca, if you want to see them, you can look on her page, Kay Lockhart on Facebook, or you can look on my page. I think I posted it on my page as well. And I'm really excited about these gemstone cards because I think we're going to be doing some shows about gemstones anyway. I felt like it this summer. I felt like, oh, you know what? We need to be talking about crystals. So, this fall, we're going to be talking about crystals. And even as we go into the thinning of the veils and we start talking about that, what crystals to use, and that during that time, I think it'll be really fun. Mhm. Yeah, almost forgot how to do this, live because I've been doing pre-records for all summer. So it was like, wait, do I do it like this? I'm silly. I can't help it. Anyway, okay. So I have two books that are on sale this week. One book that's on sale right now, Angels, a Psychic Story. Hey, Mary. Um, One is Angels, a Psychic Story, and it's 99 cents for the Kindle. Okay, so it's a Kindle book. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, or if you have the Kindle app on your phone or your iPad or whatever, you can download it. It's 99 cents. Um, Also, starting, I think it's Thursday on the 18th, I'm Psychic Not Telepathic is going to be on sale. Hey, Dana. Um, and it's going to be 99 cents too. I have to check my notes. So it'll be 99 cents as well. And then in October, there's a whole bunch of books that are going on sale for us Kindle books. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know in the newsletter. Please go over to my website, sign up for the newsletter, check it out. I usually only send the newsletter out once a month unless I'm traveling. Hey, Rebecca. And if I'm traveling, you might get two newsletters that month. But I don't think I'm going to be traveling anytime soon. All right. So we're going to be talking about an ancient breastplate. And the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because um, I get a lot of emails about me being like, metaphysical and like I don't know what I'm talking about kind of stuff. And I'm a new ager and all that junk. I am not a new ager. Everything I talk to you about, everything I talk to you about is from way back when. So I am no new ager. I don't even like that thing. In fact, I'm writing the love book right now, and I had to talk about twin flames. And the whole time I'm talking about, it, I was just so mad. so, so, so we're going to be talking about an ancient thing, and they've been using crystals and gems, minerals. Symbolism has been used forever. People have used it forever. They've placed virtues on things. They've done things with crystals. And that's how we know a little bit more about crystals now and gems and minerals. And I'm always encouraging everybody to go to crystal shows. If you can go to a gem and mineral show and just do a walkthrough, just like look at everything, it is worth it to learn about them. Okay, because I am going to be talking more about gemstones, as that is like what I started out with when I first started my journey. I started with gems and minerals, understanding them, putting together as jewelry, and also like making sure that I knew the history of them, where they came from, how long they've been mined, all that other good stuff. So, and that's why Kendra and I are so excited about her gem deck. So we'll be going through the gem deck, so you can see the beautiful pictures, and you can also see what she's got written on them. All right. Okay. So this is called the breastplate of Aaron. All right. It is, remember back in the day, they were Jewish, right? So, and I tried to find a picture of the breastplate as it is described in Exodus. I could not find a picture that totally correlated with it. So you're going to have to visualize this as I'm talking to you about it. And you'll see in my show notes that I'm actually going to be reading from Exodus. So, because I was reading it, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about this. So, all right. I don't normally do biblical stuff because I am not a Christian. So, for those of you that will email me later and start talking about Christianity and stuff, I'm not a Christian. Okay. I do know the Bible. I was raised Roman Catholic. So, but I don't believe a lot of that stuff. Okay. Okay. I do believe in the history of it. And we have to remember too that the Bible was written by men. And I see that there are women listening. So please don't take it personally. All right. Okay. So here we go. The high priest of ancient Israelites, Aaron, was commanded to wear a sacred breastplate set with 12 specific gemstones. Remember, they're in the Middle East. Okay. So these gemstones have to come from that area, right? All right. So the breastplate, it's a 9-inch square fabric. So it is fabric. It's pretty cool how it was made. It's really beautiful. And it is worn over the high priest's heart, which I thought was really cool, symbolizing that he carries all of Israel with him into the presence of the Creator, acting as a mediator for the entire nation. I thought that is a very beautiful way of describing what this does. So he carries that breastplate. The breastplate is worn over his heart, and he carries them within his heart in the presence of the Creator. Wow. All right, so Exodus 28 gives instructions from the Creator to Moses for crafting the sacred priestly vestments for Aaron and his sons, who served as priests. So all of them were priests. The vestments include the ephod, the breastplate, robe, tunic, turban, and sash. And they're made with gold, blue, purple, and crimson yarn and fine linen. Okay, so it's pretty awesome how they embroidered it and everything. It's beautiful. So these handcrafted garments of beauty serves to give the Creator glory and honor. So like if you're a church person and whenever you go to church, you get dressed up to go to church. And it's because why are you doing that? Why are you getting dressed up to go to church? Well, you're getting dressed up because guess what? You're going to be communicating with the Creator. And why wouldn't you want to look your best if you're not communicating with the Creator, right? That's why people get dressed up originally. Pretty cool, huh? The intricate and costly design of the garments emphasize the holiness of the priests and the seriousness of their service in the Creator's presence. Because the priests go into a sacred area and it's just them and the Creator. And that's why they're asked to wear these garments. All right. So before we talk about the breastplate itself, I want to talk about crafting sacred objects. All right. So I have created sacred objects for different types of priests and priestesses and people that were going to be doing ceremonies and that. And with each culture or each belief system, they have different ways of doing it. and they will let you know like the steps they want you to take while you're doing it. And so some things that I have created were like pouches or things to hold sacred objects. And so I was given like the, how shall I say, the steps to do it, the prayers to say, and how to what they wanted it made out of, right? And so when you're crafting sacred objects, just like when people talk about when they make their jewelry, they only make their jewelry when they're in a positive way, when they're feeling good, right? Because that energy goes into it. And so the same with the breastplate, and we'll learn about the breastplate in a second. But I just wanted to say that because we all have sacred objects in our homes. We just don't realize it, right? We craft our own sacred objects. So I wanted to show you this. This is my travel amulet. It's sodalite. This is gem quality sodalite. I call it my archangel stone because I've been wearing it for many years. So when I travel, some of you who have seen me when I'm traveling, you'll see me wearing just this necklace, even though I'm wearing something that doesn't go with this necklace, but I'll wear it. And then I have a Mother Mary medallion too on this because when I created it, I asked Archangel Michael, and each time I get in the car when I'm traveling further away, like outside of my hometown, um, I invoked Archangel Michael to guide, guard, and protect myself and my car and everything in it and everything around it. And then I pray to the Mother Mary to intercede for me for my protection. So this is like my little sacred object. This is something that I do. It's a ceremony that I do before I go on any long trips, even if whether I'm driving or whether I'm on the train, because like that's how I travel. Ah. But I wear it, and when I wear it to you, I hold it and I say the prayers because that makes it my own sacred thing that I do. It is my sacred thing, my ceremonial thing that I do before I leave my hometown. And you may have something like that too, that you do. That's your own sacred thing. It is an object, an actual thing that you can touch or hold, right? So this breastplate is something that the high priest would place over their heart to carry in the energy of the 12 tribes of Egypt into that sacred place in the temple where they communicated with God so that they could say, like, hey, everybody's here. I'm holding them in my heart space for you. All right. So sacred objects, there's more sacred objects, and I've actually looked up a couple and I'm pretty excited. So I think we're gonna do some sacred objects and with that are made from crystals or made with crystals this month. And I think it'll be very fun for us to learn about them and learn how the ancient people really looked at them and thought about them too, because some of it has changed. It has. All right. So I'm going to read to you Exodus. And while I'm reading to you, pay attention to the description of the breastplate. The reason why I don't have pictures of the breastplate is because a lot of the breastplate, um, the way they did the way they lined the stones up isn't the way it's described here in Exodus. And I checked Exodus before because hey, gotta go to the source, right? So a lot of them they don't match up with what's said here. So so here we go. All right, Exodus 15, the breastplate. Fashion a breastpiece for making decisions, the work of skilled hands. Make it like the ephod of gold and blue and purple and scarlet yarn. and finely twisted linen. It is to be square, a span of about this big, and then they fold it over. Then mount 4 stones of the precious stones on it. The first row shall be carnelian, chrysolite, and beryl. There were some old words for some of these stones too, and I was like, oh boy, I don't even know what that is. But the second row shall be turquoise, lapis, and emerald. The third row shall be jacinth, agate, and amethyst. The fourth row shall be topaz, onyx, and jasper. Mount them in gold filigree settings, and there are to be 12 stones, one for each of the names of the sons of Israel, each engraved like a seal with the name of one of the 12 tribes. So each stone is engraved with its corresponding tribe. And I'll let you know. I think he says it here too. So for the breastpiece, make braided chains of pure gold like a rope. Make 2 gold rings for it and fasten them to the 2 corners of the breastpiece. Fasten the 2 gold chains to the rings at the corners of the breastpiece and the other ends of the chains to the 2 settings, attaching them to the shoulder pieces, so it would be up here, of the ephod at the front. Make 2 gold rings and attach them to the other 2 corners of the breastpiece on the inside edge next to the ephod. Make 2 more gold rings and attach them to the bottom of the shoulder pieces on the front of the ephod, close to the seam just above the waistband of the ephod. The rings of the breastpiece are to be tied to the rings of the ephod with blue cord, connecting it to the waistband so that the breastpiece will not swing out from the ephod. So he's talking about the vestments. He's saying that he wants the breastplate to be tied down here and then tied down near the waist so it doesn't flip around and stuff. And also, like the ephod is part of the vestments. That's what he's talking about. So the ephod has in the corners here 2 onyx stones that have the names of the tribes of Israel on it. And that's what is there. All right. So it's onyx. We'll talk about onyx in a minute, but both pieces are onyx. Okay. Whenever Aaron enters the holy place, he will bear the names of the sons of Israel over his heart on the breastpiece of decisions as a continuing memorial of before the Creator. Also put the Urim and the Thummim in the breastpiece, so that they may be over Aaron's heart whenever he enters the presence of the Lord. Thus, Aaron will always bear the means of making decisions for the Israelites over his heart before the Creator. Now, see how there was instructions on what to do and how to make the breastpiece, right? So that's what you would receive even now if somebody said, hey, I need you to make this sacred thing for me, and here's how to do it. Here's the instructions. This is what it needs. Let me know how much I need to pay you. And then you go and you look at the things and you see what you can do about it. And it has to be sacred objects need to be made to spec. That's why they're sacred. So we don't want anything going awry when a person is wearing their vestment or necklace or whatever it is that they're going to be wearing. Okay. Okay. So the stones highlight the unity of the diverse tribes because the tribes were diverse as a single nation. Each stone was engraved with the name of one of the 12 tribes of Israel, representing the spiritual body of the entire nation. The tribes are named after Jacob's son. So, and there are 12 of them, okay? Now, it was probably, the breast piece was probably about this big, and then it folded up, and then there were chains that held it here and then held it down so that it wouldn't flip around. And so it was also, and it looks like I looked up one that the stones weren't done the right way, but I looked up one and it looks like what they did was they embroidered and braided and twisted the yarn and the linen. So it's really actually very pretty and and very colorful. Like wow, I liked it because I'm a colorful person. so um so when we talk about the stones tonight, I'm going to give you the information about like what the stones meant as far as biblical knowledge, and then what the stones mean in the now, like what we use them for now, so that you can see like, oh, they correlate, right? So we want to do that. All right. So the first row is Reuben. All right, so he is one of Jacob's sons, and the the stone that they say they used is sardis, and sardis is carnelian. Okay, so it's the stone of God's glory. That's what they call it in the Bible, and now for we use it for our second chakra, which is what the creative center, and it is also a motivation stone. Get it moving. If you want to start getting moving, wear some carnelian. And you may not like it at first because, it will make you it will kind of wake you up and be like, "Oh, okay, got to get it going on." So that is Reuben Stone, carnelian. And the name in Hebrew would be written across the stone. Okay? So, the next one is Simeon, and it's chrysolite. All right. So when I read this, I was like, "Oh, right, that's what chrysolite does. It's divine radiance and glory." I think it's so beautiful. So chrysolite is really good. It's like the goddess stone. It's a feminine stone. Yeah, it's very pretty, and so I thought that's pretty cool. Mhm. All right. So Levi. All right. So Levi has burl, and they used a sea green burl. So I don't know if it was aquamarine or not, but what in the Bible it says sea green. So it might be an aquamarine. I don't know. And it in the Bible, sea green or burl represents a connection with the heavenly qualities. And aquamarine does that for people. It helps people like connect to the other side, right? It does. Um, I gave Melinda Carver an aquamarine bracelet when her father passed away to help her during her time of sorrow. So, beryl or sea green stone, maybe aquamarine, that that really helps with the connection to the other side. Raises up your resonance really well. Okay, so the second, that was the first row. So we had these three across. And from what I understand, just from looking at the other breastplates that I saw, the stones were rectangular. So they were little rectangular stones. Right. They didn't have a lot of faceting stuff going on back then. Yeah. So the second row is the first one is Judah, and that's turquoise. Turquoise from Africa is beautiful. It is so, so pretty. It looks very different from the turquoise we have here um, in the United States. It has more green to it, and and it's a little bit more chalky, I guess. It's a different feeling from the turquoise from here. It's very beautiful. So, Judah, turquoise, divine beauty and protection. And what does turquoise do now to help people out? It's a protection stone, it's a grounding stone, it's a communication stone, right? It assists us with communicating, it protects us while traveling. Um, so that's what turquoise does. Pretty cool, huh? Divine beauty and protection. This is very beautiful. It's divine and it helps with protection. Okay. So I'm not sure how to say this son's name. It's it's Issachar, and his stone is lapis lazuli. All right. So what is a lapis lazuli? I know some of you really like it a lot. I love it. I think it's beautiful. All right. So lapis lazuli is a symbol of the divine. It is. All right. So when we do the automatic writing meditation, what do we see? We see a lapis ring. We form a lapis ring while we're doing the meditation, right? And it is the illumination stone. It is the reason why I use that as a visual is because it's the illumination stone. One, it's a blue. It's the color blue, which is blue is the color of truth and protection, and gold, which is the color of the sun. It's a solar thing. So we have this lapis ring to help us in our illumination and connecting with our spirit guides and angels. Right. So it's a really good stone. If you're working on connecting with your spirit guides and angels, lapis lazuli is great for that. All right. All right. So Rebulon. All right. So his stone is emeralds. So emerald in the Bible, it means life, purity, and the creator's eternal nature. All right. So life and purity. Emerald is a heart stone. It is a love stone, right? So if you have emeralds, if you have an emerald pendant, you should wear it because it will assist your heart chakra. It'll help to strengthen it, stabilize it, and it'll help that energy flow. All right. So emeralds are great for that. And if you've seen a raw emerald, like raw emeralds are really pretty too. And they come in a variety of colors. I have some raw emeralds out there and they're light green, but they also come in dark green and they're just very uh, different and really, really pretty. So that is the emerald, life, purity, the creator's eternal nature. All right. And it is a heart stone. And we're wearing this breast piece over the heart. All right. So Dan, this one it's a mystery to a lot of people. But the way it was described to me in several articles that I read, I was like, okay. So a Yathink or Yathink is Yasinth is a zircon. I think it's a zircon. And zircons come from that part of the world as well. Zircons are not zirconia, they are zircons. All right, so they're really hard. And they come in different shades and stuff. But this stone is one of the things about zircon too is if you get a real zircon, in if you get a colorful one, when you do this with it, like if you're wearing it as a ring, um, you'll see that it'll flash like different colors. So this zircon is red, blue, or deep purple. So it probably was a very flashy stone, and they're like, yeah, zircon. Oh, yeah. So that is Dan. All right. Dan, zircon. It's a red, blue, or deep purple. And it's divine authority, holiness, eternal glory of the creator's kingdom. All right. So purple stones or the colors that make purple are usually like royalty stones. Those are the stones that the high priest, high priestesses, kings, queens, royalty, um, anyone with any status usually wears purple. And in some countries, only royalty can wear purple. That's it. If you're wearing purple and you're not royalty, you might get in trouble. Just how they are. Okay. But purple is a color that if you wear purple, think about it when you're wearing it. You always feel better when you're wearing purple, right? Yes. It's like, oh yeah. Huh. So so zircon, like amethyst, is a spiritual stone. It is a stone that helps us connect to spirit. It's a stone that helps us to create to the creator. It's a stone that helps our crown chakra and our third eye chakra. Okay, so it will help stimulate both. All right. Make sure if you're going to buy a zircon that you talk to a specialist about that, okay? Because there are people out there that, yeah, this is a zircon. And it's not. All right. Okay. All right. So naphtali, all right, is an agate. And from what from the description that I read about the agate part, I read two descriptions, and both descriptions said it was a white agate. All right. So white agates or any agate, agates are everywhere. Like it is a stone that is all over the place. And so just from the way the description of it was, I'm pretty sure it was like a white agate or maybe a creamy colored agate. And this is what the Bible says about the agate is the creator's diverse creation, strength, stability, and divine communication. And so a white agate or a cream colored agate usually are for the crown chakra. They're all about purification. Um, they are, it's great to wear them because they're also, agates are also a harmony stone. So they assist with peace and harmony from within, not outside, from within our being. So it's peace and harmony. And the agate here for is the creator's diverse creation. And I think the reason why it says that too is because there's so many different kinds of agates. There are. All right. So and then strength, stability, and divine communication. So all of that because third eye, crown, purification. All right. So Gad is the third one on the third row, and his stone is amethyst. And in the Bible, it says completeness of the Creator's divine plan. That's amethyst. All right. So amethyst. What is amethyst, everybody? Let me see. I think I have. Yeah, I have my amethyst over here. Amethyst is the spiritual stone. It's also a dreaming stone too. So it assists with like clarifying and good dreams. Right? Especially for people that have like nightmares and stuff like that. So amethyst. Um, so it's a completeness of the creator's divine plan. It is the spiritual stone. That's how I've always seen it, and that is the first thing I learned about amethyst is it can assist you with connecting to spirit. That's why so many people like it and wear it. Sometimes they just don't even know that they're doing it. They're doing it for that, right? All right. So on the fourth row is Asher, and his is topaz. All right, and I'm pretty sure it's a golden topaz. And it's immeasurable value of true knowledge and understanding. That is the That's what the Bible says about this stone. This stone, um, topaz, is like the sun, right? It's an optimist stone and it's a strength stone. So it can get you through. So again, with that immeasurable value of true knowledge and understanding. And it's like a sense, it's a physical stone. It's a connect with the sun and your physicalness. All right. Okay. So Joseph is onyx. And what it says here is the beauty of God's creation and divine craftsmanship. That's onyx, according to the Bible. Now, the onyx that I think that they're talking about in this one, again, I think it is white onyx. Now, with onyx, like agates, they have variations. And so, again, it is a stabilizing stone, onyx. It is a grounding stone and a centering stone. And if you're using a white one, again, third eye crown, it is great for that. All right. Purification and clarity of focus. All right. All right. So the last one is Benjamin, and it is jasper. You're like, oh my God, there's like 10 jaspers. There's lots of jaspers, but this jasper, again, we're talking about a white jasper, and there are white jaspers, and this one is the Creator's glory, purity, and perfection. So again, the jasper is grounding, centering, it is stabilizing, it strengthens you, and it's white or cream colored. And it's there and it'll assist you with clarity. So all of these stones assist in some shape or way of strength, clarity, understanding beauty, communication. And they put them all together, whether they knew that or not. But according to the Old Testament, you know, they are already putting virtues to stones. And so I feel like, think about, the things that you have read in the Bible, because I know some of you have read the Bible. And that's why you like to debate with me. And it's okay. I love to debate. I just don't like being told that I'm a sinner and I'm going to hell. Okay? You're going to talk to me like that, I'll block you. So, if you think about all of the different things that the Creator asked His people to create, do for Him, He gave instructions for all of it. And we know that it's translated, but still, it's hard to mess up like how to make a breastplate, right? And how to make the vestments for the high priests. Think about the things that you have in your home, those things that you use a lot, that you take care of, that you know, that is part of your life. Think about these sacred objects that you have around your home that you use, and see like why. I know some of you know why. And I know some of you wear like bracelets or you wear a lot of pendants or whatever, and you know the why of it. But did you know that you've created your own sacred object? Okay. All right. So if you like this and you want me to keep talking about crystals and keep talking about like sacred objects, let me know. And we're going to be talking about, I am going to be talking about some of the royal stuff, like I'm going to be talking about the orbs and the staves and some of the crowns and the reason why they have specific stones in them. Okay, so if you want to hear about that, let me know. All right. And It was really nice to be live with you. It was really great. So if you want to watch the Karma Show, you go back and you can watch the Karma Show. It was pretty good. Let me know what you think about that. All right. Okay. So have an awesome week. Remember, please stay safe. Please take care. Keep your heart open and align with the energy of love. And I'll see you next week. Bye.